I have to speak to letters. Their bodies are trained with at the Royal London Hospital, along with Jane too, over on Lady Madonna, over there. Woo! We spent many a holiday with most of this bunch, 14 kids between us, and watched them grow into the lovely young adults they've become. And Celia, can you believe it's been almost 50 years since we were chasing Paul Goolsby around that playground? On to Hey Jude. So Hey Jude, thanks for doing our reading today, you were brilliant. A table of close friends, many a great holiday spent with all these guys. Skiing being the one we all have in common, and I taught them everything they know. Only kidding, when it comes to skiing, I'm definitely the Bridget Jones of the group. I'm great at après ski though. I must just mention, of course, Debbie, my maid of honour, who has been my rock, kept me smiling and been instrumental in making this wedding happen. Along with many other fabulous ladies, she sorted a last-minute hen-do out in our garden, which was amazing. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you and couldn't have done it without you. And we have a small gift of our appreciation. Stop crying. A big hand for Debbie, please. On Rocky Raccoon. More of Graham's very close friends, in fact so close that 2 out of 3 of his best men are on his table. Between them have been friends over the years, spanning right back to his teens up to the current day. Let's hope it stays that way after the best men have done their speeches. And last but not least, Eleanor Rigby, our immediate family. Special thanks to Eleanor, who was our brilliant flower girl. Thank God for the unicorn. To our boys, Dan, Sam and Archie, we are so proud of you. You're lovely ladies too. And to my wonderful mum, who's been always there for me over the years. She's the glue that keeps the family together. We've got a small token of our appreciation for you too. Woo, big hand for our mum. Thanks, Flora. And of course, I wanted to mention my amazing dad, who we sadly lost last year. We miss him so much. He was very much loved and he's always in our thoughts. My mum and dad were married for 58 years and I learned a lot from them, both about marriage and the compromises that brings. Love doesn't mean you will always agree, see eye to eye, or never have an argument. It means despite the bad days, you can't see yourself without that person. And on to that person, Graham. Well, what they say, we finally did it. You know I'm not the romantic one in our relationship, but I would just like to say you are loyal and kind and incredibly patient. You are my voice of reason when I have a problem. You are my motivator, helping me achieve the couch to 5K, and you even bought me a medal. Woo! Made me feel loved and safe, and most importantly of all, you are excellent at fixing things. Recently you fixed the washing machine, although I'm still waiting for the shower head in the ensuite to be fixed. You once took a PlayStation to pieces on the kitchen table as it was broken and put it back together again, which I've always found amazing and I've always been in awe of. I love the fact you are passionate about things that matter in life. You work incredibly hard and support us all. I also love that you love a spreadsheet, but sometimes it's just crazy ridiculous how organised and anal you are about certain things. You see me at my best and my worst and still married me. I have never doubted whether I'm doing the right thing marrying you, because I know you are the man I will grow old with, or I should say older. And at least you're already bald, so I'm not in for any nasty surprises. I would just like to end by saying my dad will always be the first man I loved, but that I love you to the core. So I'd like you to raise your glasses and make a toast to all the special men in our lives, past and present, and especially to this amazing man. Well, he was sat next to me, but he's over there now. That man over there, to Graham, the groom. Thank you. Go near it, Steve. Go near it.
Why is it magic?
You like it? Keep it where it is and just move your body to the left. You might have to crouch down a bit.
So, can everyone hear me all right?
No.
Okay, so first I'd like to congratulate Graham and Claire, the new Mr. and Mrs. Parsons. Cheer already at the start. I'm sure you'll agree, Claire looks absolutely stunning today. And Graham's made an effort as well. For those of you who don't know me, I am Graham's much younger, slimmer brother Steve. There are 3 best men today. It's traditional just to have one, but it's not unusual for Graham to have more than other people. More dinner, more pie, more buns. So make sure you all get there early when they cut the wedding cake. We've divided the best man speech today into 3 parts. Rick is covering the current period, Paul is covering the teenage years, and I'm covering the early years of Graham's life. It is befitting that I'm covering the early years of Graham's life, as I believe I'm one of the few people here who knew Graham when he was much younger, and when he had hair. So here are a few comments and thoughts about Graham as I have observed him throughout his life. Firstly, Graham is kind and thoughtful. My mum Janet told me that when I was born and I was asleep in my cot, my parents would occasionally find sweets tucked into my bedding. 3-year-old Graham had shared his sweets with me.
Oh.
Bless.
He nearly choked and died.
Although, how he expects me to take the wrappers off his Werther's originals, or chew them with no teeth is a mystery to all of us. As I grew older, Graham and I would play together. We had a happy childhood at 8 Banksfield Crescent, Eden. Saturday afternoons were spent playing with action men, or building scale electric tracks, or board games with our dad Roy. My dad would never purposely let us win at any game, as parents often do. We had to play games properly and beat him fairly. It was here that I believe Graham learned his competitive spirit and his sense of fair play. That was supposed to be a joke. Graham also became a master of problem solving. He was one of the first people in our neighbourhood to solve the Rubik's Cube. I remember a queue of baffled children, and occasionally 1 or 2 of their parents lining up in our garden waiting for Graham to complete these annoying plastic puzzles. Graham certainly appreciates education and working hard. I can remember when we arrived home from school on an afternoon, I would rush up to my room to chuck my school uniform on the floor. Graham would immediately go to his room and start his homework. Oh, that's what he said he was doing anyway. What some of you may not know is Graham was a grade A student in all subjects at school. Hence, he was very popular with the teachers. When I started secondary school at Abergram, it was a tough act to follow. When I met any teacher for the first time, I was usually greeted with the same response. Oh, you must be Graham's younger, slimmer brother. There was an inflection of expectation about these statements. Perhaps they thought I might have a similar attitude to schoolwork. They would be very wrong. Graham was a great organiser. He has always been a great coach and motivator. He recognised that other people's opinions, if different to his own, were usually wrong. And occasionally they needed a bit of encouragement and a push in the correct direction, which, as we all know, is whichever direction Graham decided is best for them. I cannot think of a better way of describing our relationship than when I had my first driving lesson with Graham. Perhaps I should clarify that, that was my only driving lesson with Graham. It was on the driveway of our home at Banksfield Prison. The driveway was approximately 100 yards long, probably not the best choice of practice area. We used Graham's pride and joy, his first car. Ever the optimist, Graham diligently explained how to control the car. I swear I was listening to him. He told me to give the car a little acceleration, gently lift the clutch, and release the handbrake. However, I released the handbrake, pressed the accelerator to the floor, and came off the clutch completely. The car set off like a spaceship leaving the Earth's atmosphere, and I dare say made a similar noise. Graham hardly had time to scream. How lucky for us both that my mum had just had a